Hello, hi. Hold on. I could have just taken a drink before I turned on the camera. No, couldn't do that. Okay, hi. Hello. I'm Deb, if you're new here, and we make a lot of art and paint and chit-chat and do sketchbooky stuff and all that sort of thing. We are going to be painting a painting, and we are going to be doing a little sketchbooky sketching, and I'm going to open a box of prints that just arrived. It's my prints that I just put in my shop, and they're ready to ship now, so that's good news. And they turned out really good, by the way. Very happy about it. And I also get some oil pastels, so we're gonna play with those. And I'll tell you about a podcast I'm listening to that's scaring the pee out of me. It's very scary and very good, and it's a true story. So, hi. Okay, I know I just listed off a bunch of things that I'm gonna do in this vlog, like paint a painting and open oil pastels, a new package, and my package of art prints and all this exciting stuff. I am gonna do all those things, except this is gonna be a 2-part vlog. So we're gonna do the painting in this part, and I'm gonna do the oil pastels. I'm opening my package of prints in the next one, and you'll wanna see the next one because I'm 100% gonna do a giveaway. I was gonna make it sound mysterious, but here we are. So hit the notification bell if you're subscribed so that you'll know when the new second part uploads. And I will see you on that one. But for now, we're just gonna do the painting. And I'm totally gonna tell you about that terrifying podcast. 100% that's gonna happen. So don't you worry about it, baby doll. Okay, we're just gonna roll the beautiful bean footage and get this going. Okay, so first things first, we've got just our regular 8x10 canvas. Is it 8x10? No, it's bigger than that. It's like 11x14. And I was gonna use acrylic gouache and a De La Rowney ink. I really wanted to get a nice hot pink. So there's some tests of what I did, mixing just plain white acrylic gouache with a colored ink, an acrylic ink. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. I would just say it gets real thin and runny. So it's not the best. It's not the best. It got the color. I achieved the color I wanted, the hue, to perfection, but it was not exactly the consistency of the paint was then very thin and runny, so just not the best. Took a lot of extra coats. So the podcast that I'm listening to is called The Chilling Podcast, and it's a true story about a haunting at Kent State. If you're not familiar, Kent, Ohio is home of Kent State University. I went there for my one and only full college year experience, and I was really drawn to this podcast, not just because of, honey, I love a ghost story. Okay, I love a ghost story. Give me all the ghost stories. I love them. But I wanted to hear what happened in this case. And I also had remembered years ago seeing one of those My Haunted House shows, and it was this story, because I was like, I remember someone from Kent State talking about living in a house in Kent State that was haunted, and it was like a super scary story, just not just ooh, spooky, I mean really terrifying. And my first real encounters with ghosts and paranormal, and coming to the realization that, oh my gosh, I think these things might be real, was at Kent State University. So there is something going on in that area. Was I playing with a Ouija board? Yes. Which, hello, that it's not recommended by anyone. But anyway, I should save those stories for another time. That's a whole nother thing. I was thinking about, since we're in spooky season, quote unquote officially, being that it's fall, almost fall, about maybe doing a ghost story video. Like, I'll make some art and tell you about some of my spooky experiences. So I love hearing ghost stories, especially when someone's is totally skeptical about all of that, like I was, and then something happens where you're like, I can't explain what on earth that was. So we're just gonna have to go with ghost, So I had some experiences, but her story is very frightening. It's about living in a haunted house. I'm certainly not gonna spoil the whole thing. It's it's an intense story, and how her and her roommates and her boyfriend, who is now her husband, how they all experienced some really terrifying stuff. They had a very scary ghost in their house. So, I would definitely encourage you to check it out. I'm done with season 1, which was all about her experience at Kent State. Season 2 is going into a totally different territory, talking to people about their ghost story, other people, interviewing other people. But I realized I was binging it this whole weekend when I was filming this, and listening while I was painting, then listening while I was in the car, listening while I went for a walk. I was obsessed, and I realized I couldn't listen to this after a certain time of day, because then I started having nightmares and couldn't sleep. And in my bedroom, okay, so I'm gonna have to show you a crudely drawn stop motion. It's not much of an animation here, but it's the best way for me to explain this story. So here's my bedroom, okay? But remember, this is my bedroom at night, so dark and spooky. My husband goes running in the morning, so he had his jacket, perfectly innocent windbreaker, hanging on his closet door, okay? So, but remember, it's the closet door at night, so spooky, dark. I kept, when I was sleeping, I kept seeing, the dark shape of it out of the corner of my eye, and it looked kind of like a dark ghost shape. Because I was already really, paranoid and spooked out. So I kept waking up during the night and looking over at it, and I usually sleep on my left side, so I just kept, falling asleep, then waking up and looking at it, and I was convinced this jacket, in my sleep-deprived, super mind-playing tricks on me state, I was convinced this jacket was sentient and it was evil, and it was just gonna float over to me and I don't know, scare me, suffocate me, I don't know, but I was like, this jacket is up to no good. I had to tell my husband the next morning, I was like, I didn't sleep all night because I've been scaring myself with a terrifying podcast. And now I'm having your jacket hanging on the doorknob of your closet gave me nightmares, and I swear to God it was going to come to life. And then, as morning came, I realized it's just a jacket. So, but since I'm crazy, could you do me a favor and maybe not hang your jacket on your closet door anymore? So, I was like, because your wife is nuts. So, if that gives you any idea of how much this podcast affected me, be warned, y'all. So, it is intense. You may have nightmares, or if you're like me and you have serious anxiety issues, you should, maybe just pump the brakes a little bit on the binging. You can only do so much. So, so that's what I was listening to while I was painting this cheery little painting here. But I hope you you enjoyed that little story and a peek into my childlike brain that swears a jacket, the dark shape of the jacket, is gonna come and kill me. I was like, it's coming after me. I swear to God, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through the night alive. I was a little scared to get up and go pee during the night. I'm not gonna lie. That is how spooked I was. So spooked, you guys. So just, listener beware. If you tend to have a vivid imagination like I do, and your mind starts playing tricks on you, maybe don't listen after a certain time of day. It's like I had to stop after like 1, 2 p.m. I was like, nope, that's your cutoff. No more spooky stories because I can't handle it. I'm a big baby. So anyway, if you are into that kind of stuff, I highly suggest you listen to it. I will link all the information below. But anyway, I will just quiet down now so you can enjoy the rest of this painting. And, just chill out, sketch along, whatever you want to do. And I will catch you later. there he is, guys. Isn't he cute? I'm very pleased with how it turned out, and I will be making prints of this along with the other 2 mushroom paintings that I have, and I'm excited to get started on those so I can have those in my shop as well. All the prints I've been talking about and showing are actually in my shop live as we speak, and I will show you how the prints turned out in part 2 of this. So stay tuned for part 2. If it's already out, I will link it in the description below, as well as link it at the end of this video. Thanks so much for being here. If you made it to the end of the video, please put a ghost emoji. That will be our secret signal that you made it to the end. And remember, in part 2, I'm gonna have a giveaway, a special giveaway, so I will see you there. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.